Hi everyone, this is our section 3A ending video. So here's what I did not get to in Monday's lecture. The words more than and less than in the context of percentages. So of versus more than or less than. If the new or compared value is p% more than the reference value, it is 100 plus p parentheses percent of the reference value. If the new or compared value is p% less than the reference value, it is 100 plus p% of the reference value. The word of used in the above is used to denote multiplication. This should not be here, this line here in the bold. Sorry about that. Let me go back to this context here. So if a new or compared value is p% more than a reference value, it is equal to 100 plus p% of the reference value. If the new or compared value, okay, so I have a typo here. Great video. If the new or compared value is p% less than the reference value, it is equal to 100 minus p% of the reference value. Let's take a look at two problems that make use of this, these definitions that we have here. The area of Norway is 24% more than the area of Colorado. So Norway's area is what percent of Colorado's area? Okay, so your compared value is Norway. Your reference value is Colorado. The reference value tends to follow the word then, right? You basically have the following. Norway's area is equal to what exactly? So in this context, Norway's area is 24% more than the area of Colorado. This means that Norway's area is equal to 100 plus 24% of Colorado's area. We are not given numerical values here for Norway or Colorado's area, so this is the best thing that we can say so far. Now, 100 plus 24% is the same thing as the following. 124% as a decimal is 1.24. When we are actually working with the mathematics here, when we do our computations, you must write your percentages as decimals. The population of Hawaii is 52% less than the population of Arkansas. So the population of Hawaii is what percent of the population of Arkansas? So we have the following. Hawaii's population is equal to, so it says less than, right? So it says 52% less than. So that's 100 minus 52% times the population of Arkansas. So to answer these questions, Norway's area is 124% of Colorado's area. And Hawaii's population is 48% of Arkansas's population. So our last few things to write down from this section are the following. A percentage point versus percent or the percent symbol. When you see a change or difference expressed in percentage points, you can assume it is an absolute change or difference. If it is expressed with a percent sign or the word percent, it should be a relative change or difference. Now, when we take a look at percentage problems, given that some final or compared value is p% more than an initial value, Calculations will be easier if you first convert the more than statement to an of statement, of making use of multiplication, which you can write as multiplication. The final value equals 100 plus p% times the initial value. You can also solve for the initial value here by treating the initial value as one gigantic variable and isolating it here. Now, if it says the final value is less than the initial value, you would use 100 minus p instead of 100 plus p in the above equations. With respect to the timing of this YouTube video, I will not do the final calculation here in the video, but the notes will have the final calculation done for you. So for the remaining problems of this video, I'm just going to set them up. The computation where you plug it into the calculator, I will do not in the video, but they will be done in the notes. The answers will be in the notes. Let's take a look at a problem. Number 67. The total after-tax cost of a laptop computer is $1,278.24. The local sales tax rate is 7.6%. What is the retail price? Okay, so how do we set this up? We're looking at the total after-tax cost of a laptop, right? So that is a final value. It's a final value because we're looking at the price after tax. So we have a sales tax rate which is 7.6%, right? So the retail price is going to be equal to the following. So this final value is going to be equal to 100 plus 7.6% times the retail price. So that would tell us that the final value is equal to 107.6% times the retail price. That 107.6%, I will write it as a decimal with respect to our math, with respect to the computations here. I'm going to plug in that final value, so 1278.24. This equals 1.076 multiplied by that retail price, which would then tell us that the retail price is equal to the division of 1278.24 by 1.076. And you get that by treating the retail price as one gigantic variable. So I'm sure all of us have bought things before. We know that sales tax tends to add more to the sticker price, right? So it makes sense to make use of the 100 plus P formulas here instead of 100 minus P, because it's not like you ever apply tax and you pay less for an item, right? Specifically tax here. Between 2000 and 2015, the number of twin births in the United States increased by 13% to approximately 135,000. About how many twin births were there in 2000? Okay, so this is another problem where we're definitely dealing with a percent increase, right? So we're trying to find the original amount of twin births. We know that from 2000 to 2015, the number of twin births increased by 13%. So we have the following. The final value is 135,000. What do we know? The final value is equal to 100 plus 13% of the original twin births, right? Twin births in 2000. So then I will write this as a decimal. plug in that final value. Isolate the twin births in 2000 variable. And that's going to wrap up that problem. Now, once again, the computations, I'm just not going to do them in this video. You can just plug that into a calculator, no problem. Last but not least, we have the scenario where I mentioned this was a true story, right? Okay, let me actually hide all the work that's here. Wow. Okay. So Quest bars usually have a retail price of $3 per bar. I was at a store that had a sale on Quest bars where the bars were marked down by 1/3 of the retail price. I decided to buy 10 of these bars. If the bars are marked down by 1/3 of the retail price, this means I should have paid $2 per bar before tax. I bought 10 of these bars. I should have paid $20 before tax. The cashier told me that I had to pay $11. Now, bear in mind, in the story, I don't remember what was my tax rate with where I bought these Quest bars. I don't remember like the actual amount that I paid. I just know that it was a lot less than $20. So I'm just using like $11 for the estimate in this story. So the question here is as follows. What was the actual discount rate that was applied to my purchase? Ignore taxes for this entire story. So how do we figure this out? Okay, so we know that the discount that was applied to my purchase, it wasn't the correct discount, right? So a discount is a decrease in a price for an item. So what do we know? Some discount was applied, and the amount that I paid for these 10 Quest bars was $11. We're ignoring taxes here. Now, what is the original price here before a discount? So the retail price, the retail value for 10 Quest bars, if it's $3 per bar and I bought 10 of them, the retail price is $30, right? So we now have the following equation set up here. 11, that's the final value, equals 100 minus P percent times 30. So what do we do here? Let me actually just ignore a lot of this here. Just ignore the answer for a moment. We're going to isolate that percentage really quickly. So you divide both sides by 30, and you have the following. Now, 11 over 30, if you punch that into a calculator, you're going to get roughly 0.37. And this equals 100 minus P percent, right? Now, I'm going to do the following here. I'm going to distribute that percent sign. We're going to convert everything to a decimal. And now we are going to solve for P. So solving for P here, you end up with approximately 0.63, which is 63%. So instead of being marked down by 33% per bar, it was marked down by roughly 63% per bar, which is a pretty big blunder. Alrighty, everyone, that's going to finish up the Section 3A ending lecture video, and I will see you in the 3B video.